We're recapping all the greatest moments from The Last Kingdom Season 1 in preparation for the new movie coming out this week. In Episode 1, Uhtred witnesses the death of his adopted dad, Earl Ragnar. They believe Uhtred to be dead, but instead Uhtred goes to Bebbanburg to claim his rightful throne. And because Uhtred's a threat, they basically make up the story that Uhtred is the one that kills Earl Ragnar. So they go in search of Ubba, hoping that he believes that Uhtred's not guilty of killing Earl Ragnar. I will say one of the best scenes from Episode 2 is when Guthrum and Ubba are in the chambers with King Edmund. King Edmund is telling them a story about how Saint Sebastian got saved by arrows because of God. Ubba proceeds to tell him to prove it and shoots arrows at him. This is something The Last Kingdom does so well because the scene is actually really funny, but gruesome at the same time. They're just so on point with you connecting with the characters, even when they're doing something inherently evil. My favorite characters from the earlier episodes is Guthrum. I just love his delivery of his really funny lines. He's just so stoic, and you wouldn't even notice that they are funny until you're really paying attention to the show. For instance, Uhtred somehow escaped. He kind of delivers this line about how they shouldn't let too many Saxons live because this is what happened. Ubba's a little bit mad about it, so he breaks the bench, and Guthrum kind of stoically says, "Oh, good, firewood." The acting is just on point. It gives you a little smirk. It really helps you connect with Guthrum. I think Season 1 is definitely the season of Brida. I think knowing the Brida in Season 5, you forget what she was like in Season 1. She was much more of a playful character. I think what's important about Brida is that she is basically the mirror of Uhtred. So you definitely get to see what Uhtred would have been like if he decided to choose a different path. Brida is the other side of the coin. She's definitely kind of like a yin to his yang. They are the same in almost every way. If you wonder what Uhtred would have been like if he stayed with the Danes, you don't have to, because Brida actually tells that story for you. And knowing what happens in Season 5, and metaphorically, it probably could have felt like he was killing a part of himself by killing her. Brida's Season 1 sarcastic humor was everything. The "I have tits" line is epic. You also notice in this episode, it starts establishing Uhtred's connection with people. Uhtred's very charismatic. He plays tough, but he's really fair. And his friendships are a really important part to the storyline. Even simply just meeting the person that created serpent's breath, you notice how that blacksmith had a loyalty to Uhtred already with just a few meetings with him. He warned him about the people coming to hunt him and even hoping that he overcame it. And that's the thing that kind of makes you really dislike Alfred. We understood Alfred, but the way he treated Uhtred sometimes was so cold and callous. And you even see that in the early episodes. The build-up of relationships in this show is so powerful, and you don't even realize it until seasons later.